Welcome back to Between Bells. We are well into October now, which means we are smack dab in the middle of spooky season. And to help you get into the spirit is the next film in the iconic Halloween franchise, Halloween Kills. The film follows an unstoppable Michael Myers as he escapes from Laurie Strode's trap, but this time his victims, they're not running, they're coming after him. Sounds good, right? Well, joining us now to discuss is one of the executive producers of several movies of the Halloween franchise and Halloween Kills, Ryan Freimann. Ryan, welcome to the show. Thank you so much for being here. The trailer for this film is everywhere, but break down what can fans expect from the new film.
Well, first, thank you very much for having me. What they can expect is Michael Myers on a rampage in the town of Haddonfield. Laurie Strode lit a fuse in the last film, and now those events will pick up immediately following that and just continue on that storyline.
You know, I know so many people who are excited to see this upcoming film, and I think I would go to say, you know, I don't think anything truly rings more Halloween than the Halloween franchise. It's certainly become an iconic franchise, and for anyone who hasn't seen it, we understand the slate of the franchise. There's a new opportunity to do so. Obviously, Halloween, the franchise, is being re-released nationwide, I think this month to the beginning of November. Why was this a great time to do so?
Well, I think it offers, every year we see more and more fans introduced to this franchise, fans around the world introduced to the Halloween holiday, and having the opportunity to see the older films, perhaps for the first time ever for certain people, in theaters and drive-ins is a unique experience. These films are meant to be shared with other fans, some of whom might know what's coming, some of whom might not. So there's something about sitting in that darkened theater and experiencing it together. These films have all been restored. The sound is amazing. So it is quite the experience to go and check out.
There's something so cool, and I guess speaks to the strength of this franchise, that newer generations can kind of latch onto these movies and experience them and love them the same way that, you know, people who watched it back in the 1970s, the late 1970s could as well. Because the original franchise, the movie came out in 1978. I did not know that, so that's a kind of fun fact for me. But that's a time, obviously, when there was no social media around. Can you speak to how this movie and this franchise became so popular? What was the secret sauce to its popularity and becoming as iconic as it has become?
Yeah, look, it was, I mean, first of all, you're speaking correctly. There was no social media. There's no Instagram, no Facebook. So it started on 2 drive-in screens in Kansas City and spread like crazy on word of mouth alone. And it lasted in the theater a long time and went on to make a bunch of money in 1978 dollars. But I attribute that mostly to just the freshness of this, of a slasher slash killer on the hunt of an innocent young girl who could be your sister, your aunt, your cousin, or your babysitter. And, you know, it was an unknown Jamie Lee Curtis at the time, relatively unknown. And, you know, with the music and certain techniques that John Carpenter employed and how he filmed it, using a Panaglide camera for the first time and other things, it was unlike things that people had seen before. So it really was a triumph of cinema history.
Certainly was kind of a new experience, and again, can be a new experience for so many people who may be watching it for the first time this year, you know, when it goes back into theaters again, the whole slate of the franchise. You know, another kind of big franchise for this season, this Halloween season, is Scream. And we just got kind of news, essentially, the new trailer was released today for Scream, showing that Neve Campbell is coming back. There's a lot of excitement around that, but it reminded me of Jamie Lee Curtis and the excitement that was around the announcement of her, you know, joining onto the Halloween franchise again back in 2018 for this upcoming film. Why do you think America has this enduring love for these, you know, Scream queens?
Well, I think it's there's a certain vulnerability, there's a certain strength, there's a certain female empowerment that speaks to a large swath of the audience, especially with the Halloween franchise. Jamie's our hero, and or Laurie Strode, her character, is our hero, and she portrays it so well. I haven't yet had the ability to check out the Scream trailer. I'm going to watch that after I get done with you guys. But, you know, I think that having these iconic franchises, it shows the fans' attachment to the story, the escaping situations that, you know, might be beyond your control in certain ways. And with all these strong performances from all these females, it's amazing.
Certainly amazing. I got a question for you that our producer just kind of slacked me that I want to get in. He talks about, there's a lot of people that might not know right now or know this, but Danny McBride, I guess, who we all know as a hilarious comedian and the star of shows like Eastbound and Down and The Righteous Gemstone, wrote both the last Halloween and this one. How did he become involved?
Danny has been David Gordon Green, the director of the film, his longtime partner in all things film and television. They went to school in North Carolina together, and from there started in film and television, and have created an amazing production company called Rough House Pictures that do everything from The Righteous Gemstones on HBO. They did Eastbound and Down and Vice Principals. But when they looked towards this first Halloween movie, it was kind of like, hey, we're going to do this together. And I think there's a certain sense of timing that comes from comedy that works in horror and is important. So it does translate.
I've got to kind of wrap here really quickly. I just wanted to ask you, as someone who's been in the kind of, scary movie business for quite some time, what scares you?
What's going on in the world these days?
Fair enough.
No, I still get scared from a lot of different things. I think when you're part of it and you see it happening and unfolding, you know what's coming, so it's a little harder to get scared. But the unknown is what's scary. Gotcha.
I'm the same way. I get scared of anything. If you just yell too loud around me, I'm jumpy. Thank you so much for being here. Excited for the film to come out soon. Executive producer of several movies of the Halloween franchise and Halloween Kills, Ryan Freimann. Halloween Kills opens in theaters nationwide and is available on Peacock this Friday. Set your calendars. That's, of course, October 15th.